Although the closing moments, I think a lot of people have said we'll take it. It may not be what we wanted, but we'll take it because the closing moments came down to the final four. Actually, was Jericho, Reigns, Orton, and Wyatt. I think Jericho was one of the last ones. I'm not really sure. And Bray, he gets eliminated by Reigns after they tried to double team him. And as soon as Roman's ready to go for a spear or Superman punch on Randy, Randy counters that into an RKO, ends up clotheslining Roman Reigns out, and Randy Orton, for the second time in 8 years, wins the Royal Rumble and will be heading to WrestleMania. So yeah, it was okay Rumble match, but it wasn't the best, especially with the fact that it didn't give us what we had heard being rumored for that match. It didn't give us what we thought we were going to get. I mean, like I said, there was rumors about Angle, Omega, Joe, several other people, and we never got that. Instead, we just got Dillinger and Ellsworth and Gallagher, and that was it. We didn't get Tyler Bate, the new United Kingdom champion. We didn't get any of that. And it really, I think it just left a bittersweet taste in a lot of people's mouth. It's like, hey, we'll take Randy Orton. He's a decent worker. He's not so pushed in our face like a John Cena or Roman Reigns, so we'll take him. But in the end, it's like, bleh. It's like, yeah. It's like a lot of people are wondering what's going on with WWE. Why can't they produce a good show with one of the main four shows, especially the second biggest show of the year? That sets up the road to Mania. I don't know. And rumor is the rumor is that the reason Randy was picked to win or booked to win is a setting up for Randy and Bray for the titles. That means Bray will become champion. For a lot of those Bray Wyatt fans that have been wanting that to happen, it's going to happen in 2 weeks, according to, if you believe any rumors. But if not, then what Schleg Daddy at O2S Central has said will become a reality as well. Because if they decide to change their mind and not give Bray the championship at Elimination Chamber, then you're looking at, for the first time in their careers, John Cena one-on-one with Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Yeah, they've had numerous one-on-one matches before on pay-per-views, but the one thing that Jeff Siegel at OTR Central points out, and a lot of people will agree with this, is they never had a one-on-one encounter at Mania. I mean, these two are supposed to be the equivalent of Austin Rock. The rivalry is supposed to be the equivalent of Austin and Rock, and Triple H Rock, and Hogan and Savage, and all that. Hogan Warrior. The fact that these guys have touched many times before, but never at Mania, that might happen finally this year. So we'll just have to wait and see, unless they stick with Bray Wyatt facing Randy Orton for the title, or defending against Randy Orton. So we'll have to wait and see. Overall, it was okay. The whole event as a whole was decent. It was alright. But it's like towards the end, the Rumble match, it really just... The Rumble match was okay, but I think as soon as you got that 30th entry, that's when all the excitement just left everybody's body, and they're like, screw this match, we're not going to watch it anymore. This is bullshit. And a lot of fans, like I said, made it vocal in the Alamo Dome about that, when they said this is bullshit. And I think that's the WWE for you, The WWE will basically, tease you, and just when you think you're going to get what they're teasing you about, that's when WWE decides to give you this in your face and say, ha ha, we got you, we got your hopes up. Now you see, it doesn't matter doesn't matter what you want, it's always going to be what we say. That's basically what they did. Ty Dillinger, Jack Gallagher, Ellsworth, those were okay. Maybe that's what the fans seemed happy about those. But as soon as Reigns came out, that was basically them going like, screw you guys. You don't get what you want. You get what we tell you to get. You guys get who we want you to have. That's essentially what it was. when Roman Reigns came out. It was this towards them. So we'll just have to see what happens in the post Raw and SmackDown editions this week of the Royal Rumble. Overall, again, like I said, C- show. I would say more of a C+ show. The only match, and the reason I say C+ is because the single matches, in my opinion, saved it. Whether you liked the women's match or you didn't, whether you liked the Universal match or you didn't, or the Cruiserweight match, or even the classic between Styles and Cena, those matches as a whole saved this event from being worse than a C+. So it was a C+ event. And the reason I say it was also C+ is it was in the middle of the Rumble match. It was around when Baron Corbin came out, when I started having a lot of technical difficulties. In fact, the moment Baron Corbin came out and they all started doing that teaming up on Braun Strowman, there was technical difficulties. Yeah, there was a network error that came up on my screen. And basically, you could hear what was going on, but you couldn't see nothing. Nothing. It's like something was going on. Well, actually, it wasn't when Baron Corbin came out. It was actually when Lesnar came out. Yeah, that's when this whole thing happened. And we saw a little bit of a digital, a little bit of streaming problem when Corbin came out, and you had a little bit of that there. Because that streaming problem there didn't even let us see, I think, live Baron Corbin eliminating Strowman. I think we just caught the end of it. But the problems with the streaming tonight really didn't occur until Lesnar came out, and then that's when you started seeing some problems to the point that the screen went black. You could hear what was going on, and then you saw this thing that just said network error. And it's like, really? Seriously? It's like, you got to be kidding me. But I was able to kind of reboot it. Basically, I had to press the go back button on my the circle button on my PlayStation controller, and then the X button on my PlayStation controller to restart it. And yeah, I was able to finish off the rest of the event. But it was like, really? You're gonna screw it up like that? It's no wonder people will pay for this service, for the archival footage, like the Lexman said, and maybe for some of the original stuff, like Legends with JBL. But still, no wonder people will chalk out $50-$60 for a live pay-per-view via their cable service because they don't want to deal with this shit. Yeah, they don't want to deal with this shit. They don't want to deal with the streaming service conking out on them right during the middle of the main attraction of your said event, the Royal Rumble match. Here's what happened. Lesnar comes out, it starts acting up a little bit, he gets in, and then it goes black, and all you do is you hear the vocals of the announcers saying who he's eliminated, and then you see this thing come up saying network error, you still hear voices and everything, and then it starts to pop up, and then finally it pops back up at the end, and then when it started to do that, that's when I hit the back button on my controller, then hit the X button on my controller to restart it, because it's like what was going, because this is uncalled for. This is pathetic on WWE's part. They need to fix this with their network. Either that, or don't do live events on your network. Do the encores. That's how I look at it. Leave the live events to the pay-per-view providers. Do the encores on your event. That's what your damn network is there for. So, anyway, besides those technical problems, albums overall was a C+ show, and those technical problems did kind of add to that. So, overall though, I thought the event was good, and was decent, I should say, and that's really all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. What were your thoughts on this year's Royal Rumble? Did you think it was C+ or lower? And what are your thoughts about and what are your thoughts on WWE giving this to you with Roman Reigns coming out at number 30? And did any of you have any of the same technical issues that I did during the Rumble match, especially when Lesnar came out? Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll talk to y'all later.